22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And we are underway from Indianapolis. This is taken just shy of the 10. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. With a play fake, and now here's how to throw it. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And they go play action with Howell. On the move to his left. He's going deep for Brown. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands but could not hang on.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Howell trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Hooked up by Jesse Bates. And the Colts are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking up one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season. And add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
First down, Mills. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were very good last week in the win over New Orleans.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, here's Mills. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays where once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go, uh-oh, and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
Mills on 3rd and 2. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Channing Tindall. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Sanders now to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead.
14, Colts, nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
29-yard line.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
And the Colts, first down. 1st and 10 at the 39.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
At the 46-yard line.
McCaffrey on the counter. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Play action now. Mills. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 41-yard line.
That's good for the Colts. First down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
2nd down and right back to McCaffrey. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
They'll roll him out right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Mills to throw for it on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Howell now to throw it. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun on third down, Howell. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up second and goal at the 9-yard line.
Second down and goal. Mills. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Falcons are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
Well, Brand, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it, but whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
For the defense, they get to Howell. He'll go down here. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, bounced up after taking a sack and took a shot downfield. I think a lot of us thought maybe he'd run draw in that situation instead. Tried to get it all back in one play.
Yeah, third and long, thought he needed the deep pass, couldn't connect it.
Maybe he was hoping for a penalty downfield to give him the yardage they needed.
Going for it on fourth. Here's Howell. Open man. It's complete to Higgins. So after the big play on fourth, here's first and 10. On first down, Howell. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Another try after the first down sack. Howell. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is third down. Howell throwing on third down here. Again, it's Johnson. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
Complete to Deontay Johnson. It's a gain of 10.
They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell. And that It's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Throwing here, Howell. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. An incomplete pass on first down. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll look to run with Hall. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Breece Hall with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Falcons have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. An excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the 6th sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
We'll remind you in just a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far.
On 2nd and 9, Mills airing it out deep for Smith. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Throw left side complete. That's Ross. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike.
It's 4th down.
Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Facing this big first-half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it. Throwing, Mills. Looking for Ross again. He finds him again. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Here's Mills. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. On play action, Mills. He's going to rifle one deep left side, and that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down.
A 47-yard attempt.
And that is no good.
It's been a nightmare season. You're well under 500. Your defense hasn't really kept you in a lot of games, and now it's spilling over to the kicking game. That's 3 points you've got to be able to bank on.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with great starting field position and 1 timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. Open man is Higgins. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. To throw again on 2nd down. Powell. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Out of the gun, it's Howell. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. One last shot before the break. Howell is going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And that is incomplete. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A give running left. It's McCaffrey. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on 1st down, and you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Going deep downfield for Ross. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by David Long.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half that's carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he is going to lose yardage here. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, that maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Third and long for Mills. And now here is another interception. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick. And the Falcons are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now throwing on first down here. Forced out to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Second down, Howell now. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And they are going to score on a fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. So hold the phone here, Charles. I've kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
Extra point behind the goal is up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're right back out there after watching the fumble go the other way. Still in control of this game, but that needs to serve as a wake-up call because they're not in the clear yet.
No, the message should be clear that fortunes can change pretty quickly when you turn the ball over. You got to take care of it, otherwise that lead could slip away quickly.
Faking the handoff. Howell. Flush to his right. And he'll just get rid of it.
No grounding call there. He had a receiver near the right sideline. It was pretty clear there. He just needed to get rid of that one.
And he did have a receiver in the area, but initially my view was obstructed, and I thought that was going to be grounding, but clearly the correct call made, and that is no call.
Is that why you threw your play sheet down? Is that why you did it? Was that the flag?
You can't be giving me up. I got a lot of issues up here in the booth. They'll go play action. Howell. Being chased out left. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And Howell will throw it. Got a man. It's De'Ami Brown, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Howell's throw complete there to Johnson. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they go play action with Howell. That's going to be brought in by Higgins. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Another throw for Howell. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Now Howell. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Colts are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. And you have to wonder, Charles, in a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Mills. Going deep downfield for Ross. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Falcons are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Quinn Miners, 3rd-round pick in 2021, called for the penalty. Howell. That's taken in by Higgins. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. For the play fake, and now here's Howell to throw it. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Johnson's got it complete.
Touchdown, Falcons. Deontay Johnson with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Falcons are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Channing Tindall. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here.
First down, how to throw.
This is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Back to throw, Howell.
And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Breece Hall, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Falcons are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side of this one.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Yeah, this is going to be a Colts first down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
They'll try to throw here. Mills.
Open man, Ross complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. They get this to Smith on the jet sweep. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house. So they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
And good penetration here. They'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. This offense so far on third down, they've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Christian McCaffrey, 49 yards. And the Colts get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. An extra point by Nagar is up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And this is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
At their own 11-yard line.
Let's go. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on.
He's got a man complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
On first down, Howell.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Howell, another throw on 2nd down.
He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown! Deontay Johnson with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Falcons extend their fourth quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign.
A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's going to be taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Mills throw there taken in by Smith.
And he's out right at the 25. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
They go play action. Mills.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Talk about two sides of the ball and cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. That front 7, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So 3rd down, and the Falcons going with a dime. 6 defensive backs.
Mills now.
And he takes a shot on on the release as this will be incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Mills, fourth down, gotta have it.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Powell. He finds his man Johnson. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
Sam Howell sacked. A 10-yard loss on the play. And it's
4th down, Howell.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Howell down to throw it. And check down, complete to Hall.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. On 2nd and goal, Powell. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because...
And it'll be intercepted.
the 2-point attempt is
Whereas most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case here, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Facing a big fourth-quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
2 yards the loss, 2nd